A so-called man in Walmart tells me all the time. Well, I didn't know him. I still don't know him. Really, I still don't know him. When I would come in, like, cause they know I come in there a lot now. And from the beginning, I thought he was all right. I did. I thought he was cool, whatever. But when this incident arrived, that I was taking it for the so-called black woman, and I told the so-called white man, I'm not talking to you, which I wasn't talking to him. I was talking to him. You know what I'm saying? Um, I didn't realize that he's dangerous. Yeah, he's dangerous. And when I think about it now, I feel like when I be I'm gonna try to break down that logic. I feel like when I be walking out. Now we know it's people say things because of the Stowe policy, right? Have a good day, this and that. Have a good day, this and that, and the third. Me, I'm not gonna say nothing to nobody that I don't mean. I'm not gonna say it. I'm just not gonna use that because it's just been used in history in these stores as a tradition because they have to do it because if they don't do what the so-called white men tell them, they won't have a job. So I feel like this here. I get it that he used to that type of shit, and I just when I'm walking out in my mind, I'm saying, I hope this motherfucker don't say shit to me. I ain't gonna lie, that's where I be thinking, especially the way that he is. I be like, I hope this motherfucker don't say shit to me. I said, if I was if I was God, if I was the most high God and I had control of everything, and he said some shit like that, I would literally take my hand and slap the shit out that motherfucker. Shut the fuck up and sit your motherfucking fake ass down. That's what I would do if I had the control. I ain't gonna even lie. Because I hate Uncle Toms. I really do. I can't stand them. People that sell their people out to the damn devil. I really can't stand them. I know it's hard. It's a harsh video. Yes, it is. But I'm just honestly, I'm keeping it real. I'm keeping it all the way real. I ain't playing no jokes. And when I walk out the stove, the first thing that he whispered under his breath, have a good day. The way that he's going about it, I feel like he's saying it just being an asshole. Being is picking. I feel like he's picking on me. I feel like that. I feel like he know I don't like. I just don't, and I just feel like he just at this point he's just being more hypocritical and exposing himself for what he is. I don't like people like that. I just don't. Uncle Tom's, I get it. He trying to make a living and trying to hold his job because it's his only way of means making money, and he don't want to lose, and he don't want the white man, he don't want the slave master to tell him, "Hey, you got to go," because he know it. I'm pretty sure he knows him that the slave master can tell him at any time, "I don't need. Look, I can replace you." Well, what? Now I know at some point that I probably would have to go to work, which I don't mind. I love working, but my loving to work is not trying to satisfy a so-called white person. I do it like when I was working at Popeyes. And I think I'll put the video in the link in the description box. That's what I do. I owe a link to the other video too. But I'll put the link as soon as I'm done. Of me working at you know what? No, I'm not gonna put that video in here because if he get this video, he gon' he'll know my other channel. No, he'll be in. I don't know. He might would give that channel out. So I'm not. I'm glad I thought. I'm not putting that in there. I'm not putting that video in the link in that description box. Hell no. That motherfucker been gave that damn white. If he gave him my first channel here, I know he'll turn around and give him my other one. I said, I'm not doing that. Now if they find it, people online gonna find your shit regardless, you know, in the public eye. And I guess that's what he's looking at. Why is he tripping? And but why would you give that particular white man, the so-called white man, my channel? Why would you give him Pacific? You already know I ran into some beef with him. You already know. You already know I'm not gonna be cool with nobody. I'm not gonna get down with somebody like that or be kicking it with people like that. Not even in conversation. So why would you, turn around and give somebody like that my number? I mean my YouTube channel. You already know what the deal is. So what's the point? What was the point of you doing that? So when he say, have a good day or something like that, I'm like, more and more he's exposing himself to being a dangerous person. He's showing himself more delusional. Because only a delusional person would do something like that. Now, see, a so-called white man, they love people like him. They love people like him. Oh yeah, they love people like him. They somebody being a slave master and as long as they being a slave against their own people, the white man, the so-called white man, they'll love him. He'll keep his job the way he is. I wouldn't be surprised if they give him a trophy and he retired it. He'll retire at Walmart probably. The mindset that the white folks see he got, yeah, they'll do that. Like, oh, okay, he being a slave, but he ignorant. Oh, we can use that. Okay, we keep him here. But see, they got rid of my other brother, that the older man that was there. Because he had a little bit more sense than he did. See, they want somebody that's gonna be a total blind and a complete damn ignorant slave. Yep, that's what they want. They want somebody to be a complete ignorant, dumb slave, the so-called white man. And they notice they keep their jobs longer. But if you got a spirit to actually be there for your people, the so-called white man, hell no. They'll kill you. No, hell no. We don't like this man with this kind of spirit. Yeah, because you become a threat to him. When you can point out and tell the white man that he's a deceiver and he's the devil that the Bible speaks of, they don't like that. They don't like that. I unsubscribe from you because I didn't know that I'm not your enemy. You a motherfucking unsubscribe. I don't never believe no Caucasian man telling you that they're gonna unsubscribe from a what they call a nigger, especially if they speaking this way and going into the history of what they ask. Ain't no white man gonna unsubscribe from a man of color, a Negro like that. You'll be ignorant and dumb to believe that. You'll be an ignorant, dumb person to believe that a so-called white man will unsubscribe from a man of color channel, a black so-called black man's channel. They're not gonna do that. Like, oh wow, this nigga talking about us, because they are the so-called white men have so much pride in them till it ain't funny. They got a lot of pride in them. They deceive us. They go around and mess with everybody. They went around the world, they mess with everybody and cut off people's resources and water supplies, putting all kinds of steroids in the food, the fruits, the grapes, every damn, fucking up everything, taking the seeds out of the fruit, every damn thing everything that they put their hand to, it wipes it out. We ain't been having no peace here since the so-called white men rule the planet. Let me show. Do y'all know? Y'all know I can prove this, right? When the earth ruled, the wicked mourn. Oh, hold on, not the wicked, but the righteous in authorities. Okay, Proverbs 28:28. Listen to this. I can read it from the thing, from the Proverbs 28:28. Proverbs 28:28. Hold on. Yeah, that's right. Proverbs 28. When the wicked, here we go. When the wicked raise, men hide themselves. But when they perish, righteousness increase. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. This is not it. Here it is. Proverbs 29, verse 2. Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authorities, the righteous was in authority. That means black and Hispanic people rule this planet at one time. Because you have to understand the black man ruled Europe at one time. They did. The original Moors were black people that ruled Spain all over the world for 1,000 years, for like 700 and some years. Our people rule this planet. You see what I'm saying? And ever since the so-called white man came to this planet, they did nothing but tainted everything. The animals don't even like them. Even the animals don't even like them. Watch this. When the righteous are in authorities, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, that means in rulership, the people mourn. That means we angry, we mad, we just pissed off at the shit that goes on. When the righteous are in authorities, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. The wicked is the white man. This earth ain't been at peace since. Even the birds, the animals and things are in mourning. Why do you think when the so-called white man goes to them animals know that so-called white folks lock them up? They know that. They know that black people, Hispanic people, they know black people didn't do that. Them animals even know that. And if they get a chance, they will eat their ass up. Why do you think they be taking chances, putting their hand in a lion's mouth and get their ass mauled? Like Steve Irwin went down and got it, and that stingray killed him in 2005. You don't see black and Hispanic and Negroes doing no shit like that. Because we don't have the same spirit. When the righteous are in authorities, the people rejoice. See, that's the way the new kingdom gonna rule. When God's people take position back and rule this planet according to Revelation, it's gonna be peaceful here. See, the so-called white men, they rule this earth in wickedness. They kill, they rape, rob, and murder. Every time you look around, a so-called innocent black man is being shot and killed in the streets every 26 hours. Yeah. Every 26 hours, a so-called black man is being shot and killed in this country. Every 26 hours, a black man is being shot. So you see, the so-called white men, they rule the earth in wickedness and evil. But when our people get ready to rule the planet, this earth is going to be ruled in righteousness. It ain't going to be ruled in wickedness. Because we don't, even in the kingdom, it's going to be righteousness in that, in the kingdom. Yeah. So, yeah, this young man that I see in Walmart, have a good day, such. I feel like he's picking. He's really picking at me. At this point, everything that happened, I think to me, oh, I speak to everybody. I speak to everybody. It ain't just, what are you talking about? It ain't coming from a good place, because you will help the so-called white man put your people in prison. So how in the hell you gonna walk up and tell somebody as a greeter at Walmart, have a good day, have a good day, and all that, even though you know the person has some beef or whatever, or don't, you know, you already know the history of so-called white. I know you should know the history of white people. I know you do. But you don't care. Have a good day. Like, if I would have took and gave somebody's information to somebody like that, I would come to him and I would say, man, I didn't even realize that at least that you would have had an issue with that. I apologize for that. From the first time, let me consult this brother, ask him, because I know that everything is in the public eye. Let me ask him, will it be all right if I can take his YouTube channel and give it to this so-called white man? Somebody told me, just as an example, that they didn't want nobody to know where they lived and their address. And when they explained to me and told me that their situation was in danger, I just decided that I just not even tell the person what the person was. So they said, I don't want that person to know where I live because they're dangerous and this and that and the third. I said, oh, okay. All right. I'm glad you told me. I'm not going to give your information to somebody, even if they would, you know what I'm saying? I'm just going to, I'm going to consult you before I give your phone number out to them or something. It could have been the same thing. I'll be back. But young man, you need to think about what you did, what you're doing. All right.